Hey everybody, I am here to do the top 10 most influential books in my life tag, and I was tagged by Christine from Whole Bananas Books and from Rachel Writes. So thank you ladies for tagging me. I'm excited to do this tag. I wasn't excited to do it earlier. I thought it was just kind of boring, but I like the way Christine did it, where she kind of talked about the books and how they influenced her. I don't really want to leave anybody in like question of why these books have influenced me, so I'm going to tell you very briefly. So you're supposed to be talking about books that have influenced your life, and for me it was really hard to come up with 10 books just because I started reading late in my life. There's only been a couple that have actually influenced me, but I have come up with 10. Am I blinding you guys? The first book I have is Forever by Judy Blume. This book, if you read this book, you know what's in it. I read this book when I was 14 and I was just going into high school, the summer before high school, and this definitely was a book that taught me something, and it has stayed with me until now. I will be giving this to my child. Number 9, Twilight by Stephenie Meyer. So many of you guys have talked about this in your videos, and I mean, this book started it all for me. I would not be here if it wasn't for this book, and it brought so many people together. I would not know anybody if it weren't for this book. This is definitely the most influential book in my life, one of the most. Number 8, The Host by Stephenie Meyer. Another Stephenie Meyer book. This is my favorite book. I love this book so much, and this was like the second book I read after Twilight. This book was just all-consuming. It taught me more about love. It made me love to read huge books. I love huge books because of this book. And The Host, funny fact, was the book that got me basically hired on the page to premiere because I needed somebody else to write about The Host. Just so influential. So influential. Number 7 is Kissed by an Angel by Elizabeth Chandler. I read this right after I read Twilight. This taught me how to cry. I cried a lot in this book, and I remember what songs I was listening to. If you're under the age of 18, definitely check this one out. Number 6 on my list is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. This book really influenced me. It was probably one of the only books in school that I read that I actually loved, partly because I love the movie adaptation so much. That's one of my favorite book to movie adaptations, is To Kill a Mockingbird, and I just love this story so much, and I so much enjoyed it when I was in school. Number 5 on my list is Dear John by Nicholas Sparks. I read this book in high school right before the movie came out, and it really my father was sick like John's father in this, and it just really, I really connected with this book. This one will always have a place in my heart just because I knew what the character was going through. Number 4 on my list is Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. I've talked about this book so many times. It is a Christian romance book, and it is one of my favorite books of all time. Oh my gosh, I can't even explain how influential this book is. It made me see my religion differently. It made me pray differently. It's just a gorgeous story, and I love it so much, and I wish everyone would read this book. Number 3 on my list is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. This whole series really this book made me look at 15-year-olds differently. I mean, the stuff that they go through in this book. I think one of the most influential parts of this book for me is probably Isabel Lightwood, and seeing her badassery and knowing that she can get really vulnerable at times. Even though I can be strong, I can still be vulnerable. Number 2 on my list is Vampire Academy, really the whole series by Rochelle Mead. You all know I love Vampire Academy so much, and this has influenced me the most recently. I started booktubing because of this book. I don't even know how much this book taught me. I just love it, and all the things that came from this book, the recent adventures I had with it, this one always will have a place in my heart because what it has brought me. And the last book on my top 10 most influential is the Holy Bible. The Bible is probably one of the most influential books for anybody who is religious, and I happen to be an evangelical Christian. Every time I open this Bible up, I will find something that empowers me, that helps me along in my day, or just sometimes it's really comforting. I don't need to read the whole thing. I can just open up a page and I will find something. This small little dinky thing I was given from my parents when I was 8, and I still have it, and it's still my Bible that I use every single day. It's really dirty, but I love it. And yeah, so the Bible is the most influential book in my life, and I am proud of that. Alright, so that is my top 10 most influential books in my life. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to tag a couple people. I don't have 10 people to tag just because I know they've already been tagged. I am tagging Kristen from the Book Diary, Sasha from A Booktopia, Maureen from Maureen Kiwi, Liz Loves Literature, and Joel Books. So you all get to do this tag, and I hope you enjoy it. If you guys would like to purchase any of these books, all the links will be down below for you, and I'm pretty sure you probably own all of them. I will see you guys all in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Bye! I feel like I'm a vampire. This is too white. I think I'm too white. Whatever. Deal with it. I'm too white right now. Close my computer in my scarf.